All right, guys, I am back, and I am super excited that everyone has been loving Catfight. There's been such a good response to that video and just everything that I've been posting. This is incredible. So shout out to everyone who has been subscribing, everyone who's been liking, everyone who's been commenting. People have been sending me deck lists. There's been lots of conversation in the comment section of that video. People have been messaging me. I am loving this. I love that other people are loving this idea. I really thought I had something good when I pitched this to my friends, and now I'm kind of being confirmed that this kind of is something that people really like. It's the fact that you can brew your own deck that is the thing that I think sells people on this, because a lot of people know like Dan and other formats like that, but the fact that you can brew your own deck and play it really seems to be what people like. The other thing that people were really wanting is gameplay footage, and that's what this video is. We are coming here with gameplay footage. My overhead camera system is pretty bad. I use my phone and I kind of record from above, and it looks like hot garbage. That's kind of why I never really got into Spell Table, because it never really looked good. I don't like that setup. You get glares. It's really hard to get something that's good without doing it somewhat professionally. So I wound up recording a game, and then what I did is I digitally recreated that game. So that's what this first one's going to be. It's a digital recreation of the game that was played, which is super exciting. It was a ton of work, way more than you would think. When you don't have a system that'll play the cards and know the rules for you, and you got to do it manually, it's a pain, I'm not going to lie, but I think it turned out great. So check it out, but it's a really good demonstration of how the game is played, what a typical game could look like, some of the like quick interactions, some of the like micro decisions that are being made on literally every single turn. Like even from the first turn, you're making tiny little decisions that are going to decide the outcome of the game. So that's what we're going to watch here. One more quick update. A lot of people are asking for a text version of the rules, so I made a Google Doc, and that link is in the description. So you click on that or share that with other people so that they can see what's there. It has the banned list there. It also introduces the watch list. I'm going to have a video in the future that's just kind of a general update of the format of what's going on. Number one on the watch list is the card Lurking Jackals, and I'm not going to lie, I forgot that card existed, and then when I saw it, I misread it. That card is pretty much gonna be banned. I haven't officially done it because I want to do the update video and just analyze a couple other cards people pointed out to me. But if you're building a deck with Lurking Jackals, I'm sorry, your Lurking Jackals investment is about to be broken. So assume that card is going to be banned in the near future. It's too good. It's a 3-2 for 1 mana. Like, it's just too good. So right now, let's do some gameplay. So here we go. I have built a bunch of decks, and those deck lists are in the description here. And these are 4 of my favorite ones that I've posted on Moxfield. And we're going to play with these decks in this gameplay. So the first one, I'm playing the mono white deck, and my opponent is playing the Rakdos deck. So let's check it out. All right, opening hand. This looks pretty good here. Let's just go with the Urza Saga to get started, get that 1 counter on it, and we're just going to play Bone Splitter. Let's see if we can make our cat big enough to be a threat. And then pass turn. Opponent draws a card, plays Blackleaf Cliffs, and then they're going to play Quest for the Gravelord. This is a fantastic card in this format because you can very quickly get a 5/5 zombie that's really hard to deal with. They attack, challenging us, trying to get us to get our creatures to die to give counters. I say no dice. All right, our turn. We're going to draw Blessed Defiance. This is a really good spell in this format also. Let's see what we can do. All right, play a land. Equip the cat with a Bone Splitter to make it a 3/1. And then let's just see if we can eliminate their cat here with Oppressive Raise. So this is where it can't attack or block unless they pay 3. Let's see if we can just end this game before they can even do anything about this. So swing for 3. They take it. They're at 6. All right, their turn. They untap, draw a card, and they're going to play Phyrexian Tower. Oh, no. That's not good with Oppressive Raise. Oh, no, that's even worse. They play Corrupted Conviction, sacrifice the cat, draw 2 cards. Obviously, Oppressive Raise is gone. That puts a counter on Quest for the Gravelord. Pass turn, their cat's back. All right, they got their cat back. Our turn here. All right, we're going to draw Sentinel's Eyes, which is super fantastic. And while we're still in our draw set, we're going to use Urza Saga to make that construct before the 3rd counter is put on it. So we get our construct, and then Urza Saga gets its 3rd counter in a sacrifice. I could get Shadow Spear here, but instead I'm actually going to get Cliffhaven Kitesail to give the cat flying to try to avoid turning on the Quest for the Gravelord. Cat flies, let's put Sentinel's Eyes on it and go for it. Oh boy, in response to that, they hit my cat with Fungal Infection, which gives it -1/-1, and they get a Saproling token. That's a really good play here, because obviously all the equipment fall off, and Sentinel's Eyes doesn't resolve. And note right now, Quest for the Gravelord has 3 counters, so my opponent's just going to sack it right now and get themselves that 5/5 zombie. So we're in a pickle now for sure, because they have some big heavy threats here. They play Sticky Fingers, and they're going to put it onto the zombie, which is pretty awesome. So now that zombie has menace, and whenever it deals combat damage, they're going to get a treasure. So they attack with the zombie and the Saproling. Zombie's got menace, so I got to double block it here with the cat and the construct if I want to try to stay alive. So both those die. Cat's obviously going to come back, but All right, we're going to draw Skull Clamp. That might help us. Let's just play Skull Clamp, and then let's just attach Skull Clamp, and let's see what we get here. We're going to draw a Plains and another Plains. We're just going to immediately slam that Plains down. All right, so I do have outs here. It may seem that I don't really have outs, but what I'm really digging for is a Fog, and I have 2 of them in this deck. If I would have drawn a Fog here, I'd be in a pretty good position, because then that big attack that's going to come my way, I'll be able to blank, but that's not what I find, obviously. So let's see if we can make it work with this Blessed Defiance instead. And then we are just going to pass turn and get our cat back. My opponent untaps and just moves straight to combat with all 3 creatures. I can't block the zombie. I'm going to block the Sapperling here because it's the least ideal target for them to sacrifice and try to hit it with Blessed Defiance. So make the block, and then they immediately play Rouse the Mob, targeting the Sapperling, which is going to give it +2/+0 and Trample. I'm going for the Blessed Defiance here. Let's just go Blessed Defiance on our cat and see if we can get that lifelink. They gunshot our cat in response. And since the Sapperling now has Trample, it tramples over, and that's lethal. Whew, good game, opponent, good game. All right, let's change up decks here and do this in a different way. I'm playing the red-green Gruul aggro deck. My opponent is playing the mono-blue control. This opening hand looks great. We have 2 lands that tap for the colors that we want. We have Hall of Oracles, which is pretty good. So we don't need to draw any more lands. Scale Up is fantastic. That's just a phenomenal play. We have some protection here. Vitality Charm is kind of modal. Crowd Partition can do things. So let's play Copperline Gorge, and let's just move to attack. Let's just go for it. We want to challenge them. Like, them seeing a red-green land, they're going to know that we're going to be doing something aggressive. So let's just kind of start laying on the pressure. So they block, both cats die, and then both cats are obviously going to come back, this time with only 7 counters on it. It's opponent's turn. They play an island and pass. All right, my turn. We draw another land, not super great. Let's just go for it. We're going to crop rotation here, and we're going to sacrifice this Carplusian Forest. I think we're going to get the land that so they won't be able to block. I think that's our target here. All right, you may have missed it because I missed it when it happened, but I did actually take a damage from that Carplusian Forest when I tapped it. I want to make sure I clarify that because I want to make sure that people understand that you can deal damage to yourself. This isn't a I can't be dealt damage. That does deal damage to me. It doesn't matter in the end if you watch the rest of the gameplay here, but I should have taken 1 damage from that Carplusian Forest when I tapped it to play the crop rotation, but I missed it and I couldn't update it. And then we can kind of go with that. Oh, no. What a play. Mental mistake on my crop rotation. So crop rotation is an additional cost. I lose that land. This puts me in a bind. Attack, right? Like, let's just keep laying on the pressure. Let's see what they got. The fact they left over that mana is a little frightening. Okay, they Pongify their cat in response to my attack. So now they're obviously going to get a 3/3 ape, which is amazing. So they have the ape. The cat is going to be destroyed. It's going to go to the graveyard, but it'll come back. And now it looks like they're going to block with the ape, right? Yeah, no, they make the block with the ape, and my cat dies. Ooh, that was nasty. That was a good play by my opponent there. All right, cats come back, 6 counters, pass turn. See what they got. All right, 2 islands, great. Now they're going to play Aqueous Form. Enchanted creature can't block whenever it attacks you. Scry 1. They put that on the ape. That's pretty good. Attack with the ape. Well, can't block it, so I'm taking 3 here. They get quite the advantage here. Let's see what we can do to try to turn this around. Our turn now. All right, we draw Groundswell. That's pretty good. We need mana here, so we're going to play the Stomping Guard and pay the 2 life, so it comes to play untapped. That really hurts, but Hall of Oracles can't tap for colored mana, and everything needs colored mana, so let's go for it. Let's scale up. Let's see if we can get our opponent to kind of make a misplay here. That's kind of our hope, but we're not in a good spot. Attack with our 6/4 worm cat. Okay, they're going to make the block, and let's give it Trample. Let's use this Vitality Charm to give it +1/+1 and Trample. Like, it'll deal 6 damage. Like, we might be able to survive if we go another turn. Oh, man. Deceive the Messenger. Target creature gets -3/-house. That's going to make our cat smaller, and then they amass Orcs 1. That is amazing right there. So they have the orcs and the ape, and then their cat it dies, and then it obviously is going to come back. So now it's coming back with 5 counters on it, right? Yeah, that's brutal right there. I think they got this game. So they play a land, and then they just attack with everything, and we're tough down, and we got nothing. So good game, opponent. Good game. Woo! A wild one. Game 2 here. Another good opening hand. Monstrous Rage in the opening hand is phenomenal. This is just a really good opening hand. Let's just go for it. We're going to go with the Copperline Gorge again, and then we're just going to move to attack. Let's just swing in with that cat. See what they do. All right, same thing. They're going to make the block, but this time we got Monstrous Rage. So that's obviously going to give it +2/+0 in the monster roll token. So it's going to give it +3/+1 and trample. So it's a 4/2 with trample. So that's pretty awesome. Their cat is going to die. They're going to take 3 damage. Their cat's going to come back. Obviously with 1 less counter, pass turn. All right, opponent's turn, they play an island, and then they play Storm Chaser's Talent. That's awesome here, because it gives them the Otter with Prowess, which is only going to get bigger every time they play a spell. And then they pass turn. Okay, we draw another land. Pretty good. Let's play this land. This land is amazing because it comes into play untapped and taps for both colors with no downside. Looks good. Swing with that cat. Get in there. What are they going to do here? All right, they block with the cat. We're going to go Groundswell here. So we're going to give it +4/+4. And then let's go Felonious Rage and just end this. +6/+6. So we have a 7/6 cat. Boom. Game over. All right, and let's finish off this best of 3. It's 1-1 right now. I do not know how to sideboard in Moxfield, and I don't think my opponent did either. So neither of us have sideboarded anything. So we don't have guttural responses and pyroblast and stuff like that. So we're just going with it. All right, my opponent goes first. They play an island, and then they are going to play Mystic Remora. Oh, I kind of want to mental misstep that. I think about it, but I with this hand, I think I could end it before they draw too many cards. But let's see. All right, my turn. All right, let's play a land here, and let's go Convenient Target. So this is going to give our creature +1/+1 and also give it Menace. It suspects it, but that's a little less relevant. But it has Menace, so it can't be blocked. They're going to draw a card off that Remora. And then let's just move to combat here. Let's just go for it since it can't be blocked pretty much. They'll take 2. Amazing. All right, opponent's turn. They untap and they decide to pay for the Remora. So they're keeping the Remora around to try to draw some more cards. Interesting. So they're cutting themselves off for some mana, but they play an island, obviously. And Storm Chaser's Talent again. All right, they got their 1/1 Otter, which is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That works good with Remora since they're going to keep drawing cards. And then they pass turn. All right, my turn. Let's go Gemstone Mine. I think we can end this before we're going to run out of these counters. So let's just go for it and swing with this cat. 2/2 Menace. Are they going to block with both? They are going to block with both. This is really good. All right, Groundswell again. So +4/+4. Draw a card off Remora. Mental misstep the Groundswell. Oh no. Okay. So that's going to make their Otter bigger. Let's go Giant Growth to save our cat and get rid of both of their creatures. Keeping our cat with Menace seems much better. So both their creatures are destroyed. Our creature lives since it's a 5/5, but we obviously deal no damage. Their cat comes back end of turn, and then they decide not to pay for their Remora during their upkeep. All right. Sleep of the Dead. That taps your creature and doesn't untap. Mental misstep that. That would have really hurt there. We need our cat to be able to attack. So let's deal with that. They can play Shadow Spear. Okay, that's totally fine. That's not super scary right now. Let's see if we can just end this right here. Rancor the cat to make it a 4/2, and then just Hunger the Hellpack for 5/2. Attack. They got nothing. We win. All right. Gruel Aggro wins 2-1. Whew, those are some quick and exciting games there. And that's gameplay. That's kind of the way this format works. The games are quick. The games are fast. They're very decisive. It plays like Limited. That's what I tell people. If you like Limited, you'll like this format because there's a ton of little decisions and there's a ton of things that kind of like compound upon themselves. But similar to Limited, there's also bombs. There's cards that are just straight out bombs. Like there's no way to like sidestep that in any capacity. Quest for the Gravelord is a bomb. Pongify opening hand is a bomb. Like they're just cards that are just like really change the tempo of the game. And I think that's totally fine. I think that's totally cool. And that's why you play it best of 3. That's why games are only like 5 to 10 minutes. That's why decks are like $50 to $75. It's not a huge deal if you play a 4-minute game and you wind up losing on turn 2. It's just the nature of the game. But let me know what you guys think. I think this was awesome. It was great to put this together. I might find a slightly smoother and better way to make more of these in the future. Let me know if you want to see more of these in the future. I can easily make other gameplay videos and then get them posted and make other decks and post those. I can also test some of your decks, or I could play with some of you guys and we can post that as well. We have options here. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if this helps answer any questions or make you feel better about playing the format. And as I said, keep an eye out for an update video coming in the near future. I want to give an update on everything that's happened, on an update to the ban list, Lurking Jackals, I'm sorry, you're getting banned, and other cards that are on the watch list, and just some other interactions that people have pointed out, because there's a couple cards that I think have created a little bit of confusion. So I just want to clarify a couple of things. They're kind of clarified in that rules text document, but I also want to put it into video form. And then I also want to do a video where I go over new cards that have come out and how they are impacting the format, because that is actually a huge part of this format. Is every time a set gets released, you get new cards that are really awesome. And I'm not sure if you have looked at Aether Drift at all, but we get some really good and really interesting cards for this format in particular. So keep an eye out for those. More coming. There's also some talk about setting up some communities, so setting up a Discord. I'm working on that. I need to kind of get that set up and figured out. I do have a Blue Sky currently for Catfight. Catfight MTG on Blue Sky is there. There's also one on Instagram. There's not really much going on there, to be totally honest, but I'll get some like rules graphics posted there and just some like kind of information, but those exist. So if you want to interact with me there, you can interact with me there as well. So let me know if you're playing. Let me know in general just like how you're feeling about the format and anything like that. I love to hear it. This has just been such an amazing experience, and I'm excited to hear what everyone has to say. And keep an eye out, more's coming. It's great seeing everyone loving this format, and I'm excited to see where this goes. All right, thanks guys. Bye.